So in this chapter, which is chapter 14 of Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, and the subject matter is Gunatraya Vibhag Yoga. It's all about three gunas. So in this chapter, Bhagavan Sri Krishna described to Arjuna the secret of three gunas. Now to understand Gyan or Gita, we must understand three gunas. Because everything which happens around us, within us, everywhere is done by three gunas. They are active everywhere all the time. From the very early creation, and it will keep on going and on and on and on. So whether these are from Devata or they are those of human beings, the experiences of fruit of action or the karma through the three gunas. It happens through three gunas. Whether Devata karma we do or human beings do their own karma, there is always fruit of every karma. There is always consequence of every action which has to be experienced. I don't care who it is. Anyone who comes in the sansar will have to do karma and they will have to face the consequences of their actions. Not somebody else's actions. Our own actions. We cannot say, oh, this person did this to me, and point a finger at the person. Why did that person did that to you? Think about it. It's interaction going on all the time. And everything is being done under the umbrella of three gunas. So we must understand what three gunas are, how they work, how to get beyond it. That's the key. Unless we go beyond these three gunas, we will be entangled forever and ever and ever. We will never get out of it. The word moksha, you can as well forget about it if you don't try to get beyond three gunas. So according to these gunas, Devata gives the experience of the fruit of karma. Every Devata is classified under one of these three gunas. Okay? Even though Devata has all three gunas in them, but one of them is primary active in them. So that's what identifies them, whether they are Satoguni Devata, Tamoguni or Rajoguni. So here it is a bit difficult subject which we need to know. The subject is that Jeev is completely dependent on Devata to whom he is assigned. We are all assigned to some Devata, that Devata has given us this body. To come in, we manifest in this body. And then we come in to experience the fruit of the action. And then Devata does make us experience the fruit of the action. What in Christianity they call guardian angel. Okay? Everyone has one. The one who has given us this body. That's why everybody's body is different. They're not same. They're all different. And they're all dependent on our karma and what fruit or what are the consequences which we are going to have to experience in this life. That is kind of body we are given. It's all programmed. So there are sometimes you see people who live for 100 years or 200, 150 years, 120 years, whatever it is, and don't get sick. They still keep on walking, they're fine. Other people get sick even in their 20s and 30s and 40s. And then we say, oh, we are old. Well, there is nothing like being old. Okay? It is just a myth. If we can keep on going, if we live according to the scriptures and do the karma properly, the fruit which will come to us will be a good fruit, not a poisonous fruit. Okay? So the body which is given to us, which home we are born, whether we are born to a rich or a poor family, and when and where we are born, and when we will have to depart, none of this is in our hands. Okay? A sobering thought. It's not in our hands. All this is dependent on three gunas. Speech, which is called shabd. Touch or sparsh. Roop, taste, and smell. So these five, they are the five gunas of the five bhut. Okay? Five mahabhut, which make up this whole creation. The five bhut are ether, wind, fire, water, and earth. So one of those are related to one of these five mahabhut. So for example, ether, the speech, the word, is the guna of ether. So when we speak, the voice, the sound goes in the akash. And that's how we hear. Ears are the tools of hearing for akash. Then there's touch or sparsh, that is the guna of vayu. Roop or the form is the guna of anal or fire. Ras, the taste, is the guna of water. If you don't have water, there is no taste. And earth, the guna of earth is smell. So these five mahabhut make the jal prakriti. What is prakriti? Prakriti has two words, pra and kriti. Pra means to move forward, and kriti, the action which makes moves move forward. And the entity which does that is prakriti. So there's two kinds of prakriti. One is jal prakriti and one is chetan prakriti. We have all read. When the guna of the jal prakriti, which are speech, touch, roop, ras, smell, they interact with the three gunas of the chetan prakriti. Chetan prakriti is rajogun, satogun, tamogun. Chetan prakriti is three gunas. So when they interact with the chetan prakriti, which is satogun, rajogun, and tamogun, they, meaning the shabd, sparsh, roop, ras, and gandh, may take many forms. Okay? So when one of these guna of the jada prakriti interact with the chetan prakriti guna, it takes many forms. Like for example, shabd, speech. When the speech interacts with satogun, the speech is very mild, very cordial, You know. Rajogun, little more forceful. When the speech is tamogun, it's anger, like fire coming out of the person. Right? So they take different forms, and there are different grades of this. Okay? Could be really mild, could be real mild-mannered person, could be mild but reasonably mild. You know? It can go on, take many forms. But whatever you see happening is all the interaction of the guna of the Jada Prakriti with Chetan Prakriti. So Chetan Prakriti decides how the Jada Prakriti is gonna be used. Because Jada is Jada. Jada cannot do anything. It's being used by Chetan Prakriti to express. These various forms bind the Jeev by enticing him to do karma. Okay? So, for example, again we go to speech. So, the speech interacting with tamogun. So, the person is going to be really angry, ready to hit you, right? So, it's enticing that person to do certain karma. And the other person will start reacting to that. If that person is also tamogun, pradhan, okay, principally tamoguni. And then they both will get in fight. Right? But if the other person is satoguni, he will say, why you are getting so upset, angry? He will try to make the person calm. Okay? Depending on how powerful his satoguna is. So that's how things happen in this world, all over, all the time. We don't realize because we don't take time to look and understand and try to figure it out. But that's how everything happens. What forces are working behind the scene, they are unseen. We don't see them. And the problem with human beings is if they don't see something, they think it doesn't exist. That's the problem. What we see is very minuscule thing. And that's all controlled by our devta of what we see, how we see. But we don't know that because of ignorance which is in us. So in Mahabharata, Duryodhana says that I know the dharma very well. He was not a dumb person. He knew dharma very well. But I have no desire to follow it. Okay? He has dharma. He knows it. He has read it. But he has no desire to follow that dharma. He says, I also know dharma very well. But I am unable to escape it. Now think about it. He has no desire to follow dharma. Pandavas, they were all following dharma. Duryodhana did not have any desire to follow dharma. He knew what dharma is, and he knew what adharma was, but he is not able to escape it, doing adharma. So now he is being controlled, right? So in reality, some devta is controlling me, he says. I do what he makes me do. Okay? So we are all controlled by these forces which we cannot see. Okay? And that's very important thing to understand. That's very humbling experience. That we are all, I don't care how well known you become in this world, how big you go in this world, what happens, powerful you get in this world, rich you get in this world. If Devta wants, he can bring you down the next moment, depending on your karma. It's all gunas that are working. The powers which makes us shoot up in this sansar the same power can bring us down. And we see every day in our life happening this thing. Very famous people, they are brought down by certain things. Right? Yet we don't want to believe it. It happens only to them. Nothing gonna happen to me. Just like other people will die, I'm not gonna die. You know? What are you talking about death? I'm not gonna die. So the three guna of Prakriti are causing the birth, death, old age, and pain. These three gunas are causing these things all the time. Okay? What are these? Birth, death, old age, pain. When one knows this and knows that beyond these gunas, there is something called Ishwar who can save me from these three gunas. He then follows the right path and rises beyond these three gunas. There is no other way. No matter what you do, what you read, who you follow, doesn't matter. Only way is to follow the path of Ishwar, because it's only Ishwar who is beyond three gunas. Everything else is under these three gunas. So if we follow something besides Ishwar, Gyan, we will be always going round and round in a circle. We never get out of three gunas. They may say, yes, oh yeah, this is this thing you read, you follow this, you will go beyond three gunas. No, that's a lie. Only thing get us out of here is Ishwar Bhakti. So in the next shlok which we're going to take today, Arjun asked Bhagavan Sri Krishna three questions about the one who has risen beyond these gunas. So his curiosity is that, Bhagavan, you told me that people get beyond these three gunas. How do I know who they are, how they behave? So these are his three questions.
Arjuna uvacha kairlingai strin gunanetan atito bhavati prabho kimacharah katham chaitan trin gunanati vartate.
Arjuna says, Prabhu, O Lord. Every time Arjuna asks a question, he's very humble. He always says, O Lord, Prabhu, Bhagavan. He'll use those words. Karalinga. What are the marks? Ling means chin. What are the markings? What are the marks with which I can identify Atit, Bhavati, of the one who has gone beyond? Atit means beyond. Bhavati means who has gone beyond. What are the marks that I can identify that person with? Etan, these three gunas. And kimachara, what is his conduct? First he asks, what are the signs that I can look in that person? Secondly, what is his conduct? How does he behave? And with what means, katham upaya, what means he ativartate, he goes beyond etan tri gunan, these three gunas. So these are three questions. What are the signs I can look in that person? Secondly, how does he conduct himself? What is his conduct in this sansar? And what is the upaya? What is the means that he used to get beyond these three gunas? He wants to know. Arjun's question is logical and very simple, straightforward. That is why his name is Arjun. Arjun means who is straightforward. He wants to know three things, including how does he go beyond these three gunas. Because Bhagavan, you told me that three gunas are binding us all the time. I have to know how to get beyond it. So you tell me what is the way to get beyond this. And if you tell me the signs, then if I'm being successful in going beyond these three gunas in my bhakti or whatever means you tell me to do, then I know I'm in the right path. And then I can see what my achar, what is my conduct in this world. And if that coincides with what you tell the conduct of the three guna atit person, then I will know that I am in the right path. So he wants to know these things for his own knowledge so he can go beyond these three gunas. The characteristics told by Bhagavan Sri Krishna here in answer to the questions of Arjun are similar to those given to him in chapter 2, Shlok 55-72. In reference to Sthit Pragya, the man of steady intelligence, and also similar to those of Bhakta in chapter 12, Shlok 13-20. Whether we travel the path of Jnana or Bhakti, the characteristics of a perfect human are not different. Okay? So Bhagavan Krishna says,
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Prakasham cha pravrittim cha Mohameva cha Pandava Nadveshti sampravrittani Nanivrittani kankshati.
Bhagavan says, Pandava, Arjun, the person who na dveshti has no enmity, hatred, dvesh, and prakasham, the light which is the effect of satogun. There is satogun in that person. He has no dvesh or enmity, and he is full of that satogun light, prakash. Because remember in satogun description, Bhagavan says, prakash is satogun. Andhakar is tamogun, is opposite. So that person, you look for prakash in that person, and you look that he is not going to be, he is no enmity towards anyone, no matter who it is. And chapravrittim, an activity which is born of rajogun. Look for that. Moha eva, and even the moh, delusion, the effect of tamogun. Some pravrittani come forth or prevail, na, nor does he kankshati, means longs for, nirvrittani, when these are absent. So these things come to him. They will come in him. But he does not long for them, nor does he doesn't want him. You follow what he's saying? Whatever happening is happening. He doesn't want anything out of it or not wanting it. Nirvrittani. He says, this is what's happening. Let it happen. He doesn't get attached to any of these things. Prakash, dveshti. He has no dvesh. And anything happens, tamogun comes along, fine. He says just one of these gunas, it will come and it will go. So Bhagavan Krishna tells Arjun that the one who has gone beyond these three gunas, he does not hate when the effect of them appear. Effect of these three guna, when they appear, he doesn't have any enmity towards it. He knows that it's three gunas which are acting. And nor does he long for them when they are absent. Three gunas, the effect of three gunas, when they appear, he doesn't have anything against them, or nor does he long for them to come back. Here, rag, dvesh, pleasure, and pain do come. Okay, what comes with these gunas? Rag, dvesh, pleasure, and pain. But they do not affect him, since he only remains as a witness. Drashtva. He is just looking. He is watching these rag come, dvesh come, pleasures come to him, pain come to him. And he just watches them. He does not get affected by it. Who is this person? One who has gone beyond three gunas. Because these all are administered by three gunas. Pain, tamoguna is experiencing pain. Pleasure, rajoguna is doing it. Shant, prakash, satoguna is coming in there. So it comes, he's just watching it happen. He's just a witness, drashtva. If pain comes, fine, bear the pain. He bears the pain, goes away, finish. He doesn't go crying, So that is the characteristic of the person who is. He lets happen whatever happens, but has no attraction or aversion towards any of this. Understand? Anybody question? It's very plain and simple. In the life, there is pleasure, there is pain, there is rag, there is dvesh, whatever it is. It will happen. It's natural. All human beings go through this. But the one who is beyond three gunas, he let it happen. He's just seeing that it happening and he doesn't get involved into it. If the forces of rag come in play, he says, let it come, it will go away. He's not. Unless you attach yourself to that force, the rag cannot work with you. Okay? Okay? Same thing is pleasure. If you get attached to the pleasure, then you are in trouble. Because pleasure is dharma of indriya. Senses. Senses will never, ever take you up towards moksha. Whatever senses like, and you say, yeah, I like it, you are done. You cannot go beyond three gunas. So one who is beyond three gunas, to him it doesn't matter. He knows this is going on with this sense, this is going on with this sense, this guna is working here. Let the guna guneshu vartante it matva na sajjate. He knows it and he doesn't get attached to it. That's what person who is beyond three guna, that's characteristic of. He does not even think of the presence or absence of the effect of three gunas, because he has gone beyond their reach. He doesn't think. His mind is somewhere else. His mind is not with these three gunas. He is beyond three gunas. When you say he is beyond three gunas, what it is that is beyond three gunas in him? It is his mind. So his mind is not thinking of three gunas. It's beyond three gunas. Okay? When you go beyond the Earth's gravitational field, right? Then you cannot be pulled by the Earth gravity, can you? Same thing here. So when you go beyond three gunas, these three gunas cannot attract you, cannot bind you, because your mind is beyond three gunas. Everything happens, mind is the key. Okay? If your mind is not pure, mind is not correct, then you're in trouble. That's how we get in trouble. Our thinking goes wrong and we get in trouble. We do wrong things. So this is the first characteristic or lakshan of the gunatit person who has gone beyond three gunas. Next, Bhagavan says,
उदासीनवदासीनो गुणैर्यो न विचाल्यते गुणा वर्तन्त इत्येव योऽवतिष्ठति नेङ्गते.
Udasin vat asin. Meaning, he is sitting. How? He is sitting udasinvat. Like the one who is unconcerned. He lives in this sansar as the one who is not concerned about what's going on. Udasinvat. Asin. He sits udasinvat. Unconcerned. Like a witness. So the witness is totally unconcerned. The witness only sees what's going on. If you are concerned with something, what you see, you are not a witness. Okay? Witness has to be neutral. Correct? So if something happened, an accident, if there is a witness, he cannot take side of either one. He's got to tell what exactly happened. Udasinava. So this person, everything is happening around him, but he stays udasinava. Just like udasin. Drashtva, he's just looking. He's not concerned. Because he's beyond the three gunas. Gunaryo na vichalyate. He cannot be moved by the three gunas. Vichalit means to be moved. Gunas cannot move him. They can do whatever they want. Whatsoever happening, it doesn't move him. Because he is sitting as udasinvat. Guna vartant ityeva. Understanding that guna are interacting among themselves. You see? He's just watching what's happening. And he knows this guna by the way the person or the things are happening. He knows what guna is working and what other guna is working. What these three gunas are working together in interaction. He knows that. Because he has some gyan now, and he is udasin vat asin. He sits there udasin. Let it happen. Just like when people go to see dangal, right? Two people are fighting. The person who is winning and they people cheer for him. Some people take other side. But if he's watching, he say, yeah, these two people are fighting, let them fight. I have nothing to do with it. I'm just sitting here because I happen to be there. I'm just watching it, that's it. Same way, he says, I am in this sansar. And since I am a human being sitting in this sansar, I am surrounded by a lot of things happening, which I have no control over. So I let it happen, I just watch. I don't want to get involved with what's happening. That's udasin vat asin. Okay? Because he understands that the gunas are interacting amongst themselves. Yovatist nengate. He remains steady with his mind firmly established in Parameshwar, and he never falls off from that state. Nengate means steady. Like a diya, like a flame which is burning where there is no wind. The flame will be completely straight, right? It's not going either way. So he is just like that. Because he is not being affected by the gunas coming around, because he is totally udasin with them. So he sits his mind are totally tuned to Parmeshwar. That's why he can do that. Because Ishwar is beyond the three gunas. So this person has gone into Ishwar Bhakti, and when he is with thinking of Ishwar, no guna can affect him. And so he just udasin, that's the characteristic. So he remains indifferent to all happenings with his mind firmly established in Parmeshwar. Now about Kimachara. What is his conduct, Achar? Bhagavan tells in next two shlokas.
समदुःख सुख स्वस्थः समलोष्टाश्म काञ्चनः तुल्यप्रिया प्रियो धीरः तुल्यनिन्दात्मसंस्तुतिः.
Swastha, situated in his Atma Bhav, in himself, or contented within himself. What is swast? We call swast. Swast in Sanskrit means suastha. You are situated in you. Okay? That's swast. My swast is like this. Swast is different. We are all situated in our own swast. So, swast means situated in his Atma Bhav. This is different. This is not bodily swast. It's a mental thing, a spiritual thing. Or he is contented within himself. He doesn't run for anything. He doesn't care what's going on. He's udasinvat. So he is contented within himself. What is his conduct like? Samadukha sukha. He takes pleasure and pain alike. Okay? It's not like when pleasure comes, he's dancing in the street. No. When pain comes, he's crying, oh my God, what to do? He's running around to this doctor or that doctor, or this friend, or bothering everybody. You see. He's contented, he's sitting, he says, yes, I've got pleasure coming in front of me. It's pleasure, fine. Pain is pain. It's all indriya stuff. He treats both of them alike. He doesn't prefer pleasure over pain and vice versa. He sees no different in either one of them. Then, samalostashma kanchana. To him, a clod of earth, a piece of stone, and gold are one and the same. They are equal. He doesn't care. Because they are all part of the earth. Khanij, right? They all come from the earth. Why is gold so valuable? Because human beings gave value to gold. When you are building a house, you need to raise your foundation to a certain level so it doesn't flood. What is most important thing you need then? It's dirt. You cannot put gold in there. I don't care how much gold you put in there, it's not going to work. Dirt is going to bind with dirt. So that dirt is very important. Same way, stone, rocks. When there's a beach erosion something, what we do? We don't put gold in there, right? Oh, it's valuable, put gold, maybe it will stop. No. We put rocks in there. They are also valuable. He sees no difference in the three of them. Okay, gold has value, its place. Earth has its own place. Stones, rocks have its own place. They are all same to him. Okay? I'm not saying don't hoard gold, but that's what The sthit pragya person, all this, that's what the gunatit person, that's how he looks at things. Such jnani, dhir means such jnani, tulya priya apriyo. He accepts pleasant and unpleasant in the same spirit. He is same, tulya, priya apriya. Whether it is priya or good, I like it or I don't like it, same to him. Other person may say, oh, this is better than this. No, he says everything is same. He does not deviate when someone censures or sings his praises. Okay? Somebody says bad words to the person, he doesn't care. Somebody sings praises, oh, you're such a great person. Doesn't matter to him. Okay? He knows the person's saying because there's an ulterior motive there. Some guna is working there. That's why he's talking like this. So he is beyond gunas, he doesn't care. Next, Bhagavan says,
Manapamanayostulyah tulyo mitraripakshayoh sarvarambha parityagi gunatitas sa uchyate.
Tulya, one who is equipoised. Man apmanayo, in honor and disgrace. Somebody gives him man or does apman, he's same, he doesn't care. He is tulya, he is equipoised. Doesn't affect him. Tulya treats the same, whether one is mitra, his friend, or apakshayo, or even in the case of an enemy. Whether a person is friend or his enemy, he treats them the same way. He does not favor one over the other. See, in this world, we always like to treat our friends different, don't we? He's our friend. Even though later on he becomes your enemy. You never know. When gunas are working, right now guna is making that other person is your friend, and moment later that same person, guna, comes in there and makes him your enemy. Okay? You don't know what's going to happen. Okay? That's how things happen. That's how two good friends become enemy. That's how family members become enemy. Each other. Brothers fight against brother. Right? Because gunas are working there. What makes them fight? Greed. Right? I want this. This person has. How can this brother got more than I did get? Then he will start to say bad things about his purvaj. Oh, my father didn't do the right thing. He gave more to this person and not me. I mean, there's no end to it. Gunas are working there. Alright? But this person who is gunatit, he does not favor either friend or enemy. To him, both are same. Enemy can become my friend later on, he knows, and vice versa. Sarvarambha parityagi. Parityagi. He steps back in sarvaram, starting anything. Any undertaking, he would not be in the front. Oh, I'm going to do this. It's my thing. No. He steps back, takes a back seat, let it happen. He becomes a non-doer. Once you start to say, I'm going to do this, I know how to do this, that means nobody else knows how to do this, right? You are implying it. And you become a doer. Now whatever happens, you are responsible for it. The consequence of it. He's beyond three gunas. He says, no, I'm not a doer. I'm not going to be involved in what's happening. Let it happen. Sa uchyate gunatit. That person is called gunatit. So, these are the characteristics and conduct of the one who has risen beyond three gunas, described by Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Okay? Unless we get beyond three gunas, there is no hope for us. We have to get beyond three gunas. And then we saw what the characteristics are, how the person conducts himself, and we have to watch ourselves. Are we on the right track or not? It's all nobody else can do for us. We have to do ourselves. And Bhagavan says, I will help if you ask my help. Not any, you have to ask my help. Then only I'll help. And remember in Gita, Bhagavan Krishna only answered the question which Arjuna asked. He did not volunteer because he's gunatit. He takes back seat. He just watches what's happening. He's a non-doer. Okay? Understand now? Now, in the next two shlokas, Bhagavan describes the means or the upaya by which one can go beyond the three gunas and what he achieves by following it. So, next two shlokas are like for this.
मां च यो व्यभिचारेण भक्तियोगेन सेवते सगुणान् समतीत्यैतान् ब्रह्मभूयाय कल्पते.
Bhagavan says, and he who sevate, worships or does my bhajan, Mam means who does bhajan to me, worships me, avyavicharane, with unswearing. See, there is a vyavachari bhakti, and one is avyavachari bhakti. Avyavachari bhakti same as ananya bhakti. Okay? Not that you are doing bhakti to I say, I'm going to be doing bhakti to Bhagavan Krishna, right? And tomorrow somebody says, you got this problem, it can be solved by this devta. Okay? Then you run over to that devta, do that devta's bhakti. Okay? Now what you have done? You have insulted Bhagavan Krishna. You ignored him. What are you going to get from that? Think about it. So, avyavicharani bhakti must be avyavachari. Don't become vyavachari that today I am doing this, tomorrow I am going to do this. Whatever suits my desire, I'll do that. Okay? That's not going to work. So, Bhagavan says, avyavacharani. Bhakti yogen, bhakti yoga. Sa matlab he too, samatitya, completely going beyond etan gunan. These three gunas, kalpate means becomes worthy. Worthy of what? Brahma bhuya, to attain Brahma. Okay? So by doing the avyavicharani bhakti, not just one day, every day, whole life, one becomes worthy of being Brahma, attaining Brahma. Doesn't become Brahma, but become worthy. It qualifies. So the only path to attain Brahma is avyavicharena bhakti yoga. Unswearing bhakti of Parameshwar. That's the only way, according to Bhagavan Krishna here. Only the Parameshwar is beyond these three gunas. So we have to do bhakti of the one who is beyond three gunas, who is the only one who can pull us out of these three gunas and save us from these effect of these gunas. Leaving everything on him, when one constantly does his bhakti, the activity washes away his sin. What does wash away the sin? The avyavicharani bhakti of Parameshwar. Okay? By doing bhakti of Bhagavan Krishna or Parameshwar bhakti, our sins will slowly get washed away, thus making us worthy to be bestowed with his kripa, with his grace. When we become cleansed by our bhakti, with our karma, gone, washed away, we are cleaned, then become worthy of getting kripa of Parameshwar. And it is the power of the kripa. Kripa is very powerful. It's the most powerful thing there is. It's kripa that we are here. It's kripa that his creation is here. Okay? It's very powerful thing. And that makes it possible to unite with Brahma or Ishwar. It's the kripa which does that. Even Vishesh Jnani waits for the kripa, don't he? And that kripa takes him out, makes one with Ishwar. There is no other way. Bhagavan closes this dialogue by describing to Arjuna the grandeur of Brahma, Ishwar. How grand is Ishwar and Brahma? Where you get there, become one with Brahma, how is that Brahma like? So he explains to Arjuna.
ब्रह्मणो हि प्रतिष्ठाहम् अमृतस्याव्ययस्य च शाश्वतस्य च धर्मस्य सुखस्यैकान्तिकस्य च.
Now Bhagavan describes the place or the state which is achieved by the one who has gone beyond three gunas and becomes gunatit. He aham pratishtha brahmana. Because I am the abode. Bhagavan Krishna, he's standing in front of Arjuna. He says, I am the abode, the substratum of imperishable Brahma. He tells Arjuna, I am the abode. He's standing right in front of him. The Brahma is me in me. I am the abode of that Brahma, imperishable Brahma. And what is Brahma like? Amritasya. Brahma is Amrit. What does that mean? Amrit means there is no mrityu, there is no death. No birth, and when there is no death, there is no birth. So it's beyond birth and death. There is no birth and death after that. Okay. So, Brahma is like Amrit. Eternal. Cha avyayasya. And he is avyay. Brahma is immutable. There is no change. It's changeless. Once you get there, you become Amrit. No change happens to you. You are there now. And Shasvatasya dharmasya. And is everlasting dharma. Okay? Cha sukhasya ekantisya. And is the absolute bliss. Can't imagine, can you? Brahma is amritasya, shashvat dharmasya, ekantisya, sukhasya. Now, absolute bliss. What is the absolute bliss? It is the state of Ishwar. Is called Kaivalya. The state of Ishwar is called Kaivalya. That is absolute bliss there. There is nothing else but the bliss or Anand. That is what absolute bliss is. Kaivalya. Kaivalya means Keval. Only. There is only, what only? Only Anand. Only bliss. That's what Brahma is like. That's what Ishwar is like. He says. And that I am the abode of that, he says. Bhagavan Krishna says. He's standing in front of Arjuna, he's telling him, look at me, I am the abode of the Brahma. Right? Ishvara. Ishwar is Keval. He is bliss. All that exists is due to him, but he remains himself alone. Keval. Okay? Ishwar always is Keval. Immutable, because no change can happen in him. So he remains Keval all the time, eternally. Even though everything is happening because of him, he is doing everything, getting everything, facilitate everything to do. What everything? Bring Jeev into sansar. Help Jeev do the karma. Give Jeev Gyan to make himself go up beyond 3 gunas. But he is still Keval. Nothing is happening, no change is happening to him. He is in Kaivalya. This is the joy, that is the bliss. That is Brahma. Here Bhagavan Sri Krishna has explained that the 3 gunas of Prakriti put us, the Jivatma, in bondage. Only the bhakti of Parmeshwar can take us beyond 3 gunas. Nothing else can do that. It is then that the Jivatma becomes worthy of being one with Ishwar or Brahma. It tasyati Shrimad Bhagavad Gita Supnishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yog Shastre Shri Krishna Arjun Samvade Gunatray Vibhag Yogo Nam Chaturdasho Adhyaya Shri Krishna Arpana.